Hello and welcome back to NT Coins World, where we dive deep into the history and value of some of the top 2 most remarkable coins in American numismatics. In today's episode, we're taking an in-depth look at an iconic piece of American coinage, the 1801 to 1809 $1 USA coin in fine condition, and 1837 to 1841 $1 USA coin in fine condition. This coin represents not only the early years of the United States, but also an era of growth, challenge, and transformation in the country's economy and political landscape. As we explore this fascinating coin, we'll uncover its history, mintage, eras, varieties, and market value, all while highlighting its significance in the world of numismatics. So whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer just starting your journey into the world of coins, this video will provide you with valuable insights. Let's jump right in and start with the 1801 to 1809 $1 coin, and what makes it such a special and highly sought-after item in the world of coin collecting. The $1 coin that was minted between 1801 and 1809 was produced during the 1800s presidency of Thomas Jefferson. This period in American history was crucial for the nation as it was emerging from the Revolutionary years and stepping into a new chapter of political and economic growth. The US Mint was still in its infancy, and the country's economy was still in the early stages of development. The 1801 to 1809 $1 coin was issued during a time when the United States was still in the process of solidifying its currency system, and the gold standard was not yet firmly established. The country was recovering from the War of 1812, which had put significant strain on its financial infrastructure. The nation needed a stable and reliable form of currency, and the silver dollar played a central role in this process. Interestingly, these coins were made at a time when the US Mint was still experimenting with coin designs. The Liberty head design seen on the 1801 to 1809 $1 coin was created by Robert Scott, who was the first chief engraver of the US Mint. This design, featuring the bust of Liberty, would become one of the most iconic representations of American freedom in the years to come. The style and form of this coin reflect the nation's ideals of liberty, independence, and growth. During this time, the US Mint faced several challenges. The mint itself was still in its infancy, and the technology and methods for striking coins were not as advanced as they are today. The process of minting was labor-intensive, and only a limited number of coins were produced. As a result, these coins were relatively rare even in their own time, and today they are among the most valuable and collectible of all US coins. The 1801 to 1809 $1 coin features the classic Liberty head design on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. The obverse features a portrait of Lady Liberty facing left with flowing hair, wearing a Phrygian cap. Surrounding her are the words Liberty above and the date of minting below. The word Liberty was meant to represent the ideals of freedom and independence that the nation was founded on, while the flowing hair symbolized the country's vitality and growth. On the reverse, the coin features a majestic eagle standing on a shield with arrows in one talon and an olive branch in the other, symbolizing peace and strength. The words United States of America encircle the eagle, and $1 is prominently displayed, marking the coin's denomination. This design was intended to reflect the United States' commitment to peace and the protection of liberty, with the eagle symbolizing the country's sovereignty. The coin was struck in silver with a weight of about 26.73 grams and a diameter of 38 millimeters. The silver content was 90%, making the coin both valuable for its precious metal content and important as a circulating piece of currency. The 1801 to 1809 $1 coins were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which was the only minting facility in the United States at the time. The mintage for these coins varied from year to year, but on the whole, the total number of coins produced during this period was relatively low. The mintage numbers for these coins can be broken down as follows. 1801, approximately 20,000 coins were struck. 1802, around 30,000 coins were struck. 1803, the mintage was around 50,000 coins, making it one of the higher mintage years during this period. 1804, This year is particularly significant due to the extremely low mintage. Only about 6,000 coins were minted, and many of them were melted down or lost over time, making the 1804 one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the series. 1805 to 1809. The mintage for these years varied, but they were generally produced in lower quantities, with some years producing fewer than 20,000 coins. The relatively low mintages, combined with the passage of over 2 centuries, have made the 1801 to 1809 $1 coin incredibly rare. Coins in fine condition are especially hard to come by. Fine condition means that the coin will show some wear, with moderate to heavy detailing still visible. It will have noticeable smoothing, but the features of the Liberty head, eagle, and other inscriptions should still be identifiable. Over the years, some interesting errors and varieties have emerged from this series. One of the most famous is the 1804 draped bust dollar, which is highly coveted by collectors. While the 1804 dollar wasn't technically minted in 1804, the coins that were struck in that year are known for their die variety that gives them a distinct appearance. These coins are some of the most valuable in the entire series, and even examples in lower grades can fetch astronomical prices. There were also some mintage errors in the early 1800s, such as misaligned dies, striking flaws, and over-polished dies that can increase the rarity and value of certain examples. Collectors often search for these types of errors as they add an extra level of uniqueness to the coin. When it comes to the market value of the 1801 to 1809 $1 coin in fine condition, the price can vary widely based on the specific year and any unique features the coin may possess. However, in general, a 1801 to 1809 $1 coin in fine condition can be worth anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000. Coins from the 1804 year in particular can command much higher prices. An 1804 draped bust dollar can fetch anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 or more, depending on its condition and any errors it might have. Coins in extra fine or uncirculated condition can be worth substantially more, with pristine examples reaching values well into the 6-figure range. The 1804 coin in particular is a holy grail for collectors, and examples in high grade have sold for over $1 million at auction. Even coins that are in lower grades but exhibit unique features such as toning or errors can see prices well above the average. This is what makes coins from this era so exciting for collectors: their rarity, historical significance, and the potential for hidden treasures in the form of varieties and errors. Now that we've covered the 1801 to 1809 $1 coin and its fascinating history, let's shift our focus to another important and valuable piece of American numismatic history: the 1837 to 1841 $1 USA coin in fine condition. This coin, like the one we just discussed, represents a crucial period in the early days of the United States, but it is distinct in its design, mintage, and role within the country's growing economy. The 1837 to 1841 $1 coin was produced during a time of political turmoil and economic change. It came at the tail end of the Panic of 1837, a financial crisis that severely impacted the U.S. economy, leading to a period of deflation and bankruptcies. The coinage from this era, particularly the $1 coins, played an important role in trying to stabilize the currency and ensure that trade could continue despite the financial difficulties facing the country. For numismatists, this coin is particularly interesting not only because of its historical context, but also because of the artistic changes it represents and the unique features that make it valuable to collectors today. The $1 coin produced between 1837 and 1841 is part of the Type 1 design that was minted during the early 19th century. The obverse of the coin features a Liberty head, but it is quite different from the 1801 to 1809 coins we just discussed. The Liberty head is now facing left with a classic design known as the Liberty head design. This design was created by John Reich, the second chief engraver of the United States Mint, who is responsible for several well-known designs from the period. The Liberty head is surrounded by 13 stars, which represent the original colonies, and the word Liberty is inscribed above the bust. On the reverse, we see an eagle similar to the earlier design, but with a few key differences. The eagle is perched on a branch, holding an olive branch in one talon and arrows in the other, a symbol of peace and strength. The words United States of America are inscribed around the edge, and the denomination of $1 is prominently displayed. This design continued to reflect the nation's ideals of freedom and sovereignty, but was more refined than the earlier versions, representing a sense of growth and evolution in US coinage. The coin itself was minted in silver and weighs about 26.73 grams, with a diameter of 38 millimeters, which was consistent with earlier US dollar coins. The overall mintage of this series was relatively high compared to earlier years, but it still remains scarce today due to the passage of time and the inherent rarity of well-preserved examples. The mintage of the 1837 to 1841 $1 coin is somewhat mixed, as the design underwent some changes during this period, leading to multiple types of coins being produced. The total number of coins minted between these years varies, but it's estimated that approximately 1.5 million to 2 million coins were struck. While that might sound like a large number, when you consider that these coins are now almost 2 centuries old, the actual number of surviving examples is quite low, especially in fine condition. The time period of 1837 to 1841 was a significant one in US history. The country was still grappling with the aftermath of the Panic of 1837, which was triggered by speculative lending practices, inflation, and bank failures. The financial crisis led to widespread unemployment and economic instability, which was further exacerbated by the presidential administration of Martin Van Buren, who struggled to handle the economic downturn. During this period, there were several debates over the role of paper money versus coinage, and the US Mint played an important role in helping to stabilize the nation's economy by producing these dollar coins. At the same time, the US was also dealing with the fallout of Indian removal policies, which culminated in the Trail of Tears, one of the darkest chapters in American history. In this context, coinage took on a symbolic role in representing the strength and unity of the young nation. The dollar coin in particular was designed to reflect the country's ideals and aspirations, serving not only as currency, but also as a symbol of the American spirit and resilience. The 1837 to 1841 dollar coin was also minted during the early years of Andrew Jackson's presidency. Jackson, often known for his controversial policies, left an indelible mark on both the economy and the nation's coinage. His policies were often focused on expansion and strengthening the role of the federal government, particularly in relation to financial matters. Under Jackson's direction, the Bank of the United States was dismantled, which contributed to the financial instability of the era. Despite this, the Mint continued to strike coins in order to maintain a stable currency system, and the $1 coin was a key part of that effort. When it comes to the 1837 to 1841 $1 coin in fine condition, rarity and condition are everything. A coin in fine condition will show clear details, but there will be noticeable wear. On this particular coin, the Liberty head and the eagle on the reverse will still be visible, but will have some smoothing and loss of finer details. The fine condition coins from this period often exhibit toning from age, which can add character and beauty to the piece. Toning can range from subtle hues to more vivid colors depending on the environmental factors the coin was exposed to over the years. The scarcity of the 1837 to 1841 $1 coins in fine condition, combined with their historical significance, makes them highly desirable to collectors. Only a limited number of these coins have survived in good condition, and those that have been preserved well are worth a significant amount of money. So, what does this coin fetch in today's market? The 1837 to 1841 $1 coin in fine condition can be worth anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000 depending on its specific year, condition, and any additional features or varieties it might possess. However, like the earlier 1801 to 1809 $1 coin, some coins from this era with unique errors or varieties can fetch much higher prices. For example, certain coins from the 1838 or 1839 years with die errors or striking issues can reach values in the $30,000 to $50,000 range, especially if they are in better than average condition. For those coins with especially sharp details or those that exhibit significant historical significance, values could potentially approach $70,000 at auction, particularly if they have been authenticated and certified by organizations like PCGS or NGC. These coins are not just currency, they are artifacts of early American history, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for a piece that represents such a critical period in the nation's development. With that, we've covered the 1801 to 1809 $1 coin and the 1837 to 1841 $1 coin. Two incredible coins from different periods of American history, but both of immense historical value and numismatic significance. These coins are not only rare and valuable today, but also represent the evolving identity of a young country finding its place in the world. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into the world of numismatics, these coins are an excellent example of how history, art, and economics all come together in the form of beautiful, collectible treasures. I hope you found this exploration of these incredible coins fascinating. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to NT Coins World for more deep dives into the world of rare coins. Until next time, keep collecting and happy hunting. Thank you for joining me today on NT Coins World. If you found this deep dive into the 1801 to 1809 $1 coin and 1837 to 1841 $1 coin fascinating, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more numismatic insights and coin reviews. Until next time, happy collecting.